Yeah. So today I just want to talk to my women as usual because every day I come here, I find an opportunity to always share my thoughts, my ideas with women and allow the wise ones to run with it. So I've been married now for 12 years, okay? And even though I'm married, my brain has not been washed off because I also believe that I have a good marriage, by the way, if you know what that means. In Nigeria of today, a lot of couples, are falling apart for one reason or the other. But despite that, I am one Nigerian woman that will always tell women to always be on their guard, to always make sure that they are protected, they protect themselves. Don't put all your eggs in a man's basket because a man can wake up tomorrow and start malfunctioning and or could do one or two things that you don't think that you're able to cope with. So always ensure that even though you're married, even though you're single, you don't ever shortchange yourself with a man. For instance, I meet ladies, they get married, they stop developing themselves, they just go in there and start having babies. Baby one, baby two, baby three, up to baby five. Nothing has been added to their lives. They don't conclude their education. They were working before they stopped working because the man may have advised them that they should stop working or they should start a business. He will set up a business for them. And um, yeah, of course, in the beginning, when they are confused, women are usually very confused. And, those are the times when these things are, sold to them and they quickly buy them. And before you know it, as the relationship progresses, by the third year, the fourth year, they begin to really see the true character and the nature of the person that they are living with. But by this time, they would have, fallen for some of those scam promises. That's what I call them. Scam promise. You never really know who you're working with until the first 5 years or 10 years of your relationship. That's where you can, begin to understand the person that you have made those vows with. So I always advise women, don't let down your guards too much. Don't always, be too talkative or sharing everything about you, especially if you're working with an immature person. I have encountered ladies who said that they had shared some of the stories from their past and their spouse started using those things against them, started calling them names when they have quarrels or issues. They start calling them prostitutes and all sorts of names that impact on their esteem. So I would always tell my ladies that you have to be wise, okay? Don't allow marriage or a man to brainwash you or to sweep off your brains. Always switch on those brains of yours. Work with a man in milestones. If you are relating with him, watch his character, watch his personality, watch as the relationship unfolds. And as the relationship unfolds, you can also make your adjustments. And I always talk about women because in our society, in our African society, when women are always the endangered species. They are the ones that, they are always victims of some of these problems. Yes, I'm aware that men can also be victims of some of these issues, but I think that the rates are higher with women. And that's the reason I am always all about women, because I think that, women, nobody really teaches us how to think and how to function and work with a man, because we always think that a man is like us, but men are totally different human beings. They are wired differently. They don't have the kind of mind that we have. um yeah, even when there are issues, the way a man goes about it is totally different from the way a woman goes about it, especially when couples say they have gone their separate ways. That's where you really understand the kind of person that you've been living with for a long time. So I always tend to want to always talk to women, because I think that women, we really need to educate ourselves. So, in summary, what I've said today is that you have to always switch on your brains as a single lady dating different people, as a married lady. When you go into these marriages, don't forget your life. You don't just go there and forget about yourself and you're just living for a man, living for your children, living for his family, living for every other person, but forgetting to add your own value to yourself and to make yourself a better person. And this is important because if along the line something goes wrong, because I always ask people, what if he dies? What if there's a separation? What will become of you? Always have that at the back of your mind. I don't believe in um for what do they call it, forever, till death, all those things that we are saying, because a lot of times those things don't really work, because anything can go wrong. It's beautiful if relationships continue to progress forever, but what if it doesn't? So always plan for the things that you don't expect, and that way you're not thrown into shock or depression when things go wrong in your relationship. Yeah, so I said to drop these few points today. I want to know from you, what kind of content would you want me to develop more on? Are you enjoying my content? If you do, share it to people that you think that will need it. I like to prepare people ahead of time before they get into some of these issues. So I'll see you some other time. Goodbye.